Welcome. I'm on the Green Lake Road. Went through the new accessibility area through the gate, and it's wide enough for wheelchairs. Anyway, it's 2-3 miles out to Medaviji Fish Hatchery and another couple miles out to Green Lake if I make it that far today. I'll say one thing, there's a lot of bear poop on this road. So anyway, let's go. That's Silver Bay and Easter Channel behind me. There's the old mill site over there. Looks pretty cool. And this is Herring Cove over here with a fishing boat sitting in it. Got a pretty country out here. Lots and lots of places to get fresh cold water. Okay, how am I supposed to get down there to the water? Well, the first thing I've noticed is how much everything has grown up. First time I came out on this road was about 35 years ago. And all these trees and bushes on the right weren't here. And so a lot of the views I used to have are in this area, up Silver Bay and Bear Bay and up to Green Lake, and well, the views aren't there. Every once in a while I get a glimpse of a view, and that's it. Yeah, we're getting far enough up the road now we can start to see Kupalo Peak. It's the, well, I'll show it to you here. Peak right over in here. You see it from town. We call it Cross Mountain too because of the snow. Makes a cross in the summertime, but I don't think enough of it is melted out yet to form the cross. But anyway, this road has grown up a lot. I've been Sitka here almost 40 years, and all these trees and stuff used to be not here when the road was first put in, and he had wonderful views out the Silver Bay, but it's tougher now with all the brush. Still see and hear eagles around, a few things. A lot of bear poo. Well, I've made it to the little hill overlooking the Medaviji Fish Hatchery, which is right down in there. If I could get the camera high enough, you can see the fish hatchery. We'll be down there pretty soon. Behind me is Medaviji Creek up to Medaviji Lake. It's not been totally sunny, but it's a very pleasant day out here today. Yeah, there's the Medaviji Fish Hatchery down there. It looks like there's some people and other people working down there. Kings are probably coming in now. Maybe a few chum. We're gonna run down and check. It's a nice day, but the wind is starting to pick up. And every once in a while I get a really big gust of wind that blows me. Better watch out for it. Yeah, fish. A lot of eagles around here, hanging around where all these fish are. Yeah, lots of eagles down here all over the place. Hanging out around the fish hatchery. This is Medaviji Creek. Feeds the fish hatchery and drains up there from Medaviji Lake. Another small creek comes in the same area. There's a deer and a bare meadow for you. Can't see much out there, but there's a lot of bald eagles around. I can hear them screaming. I wanted to try to go beyond Medaviji Fish Hatchery to Green Lake, but the wind is getting stronger and stronger, and well, the brush is just as thick and I can't see nothing. So if that wind doesn't die down, I'm going to turn around and head back to the hatchery. I'm about a mile past the hatchery right now. Yeah, everything's so growed up back in here, you can't All the views are gone. Trees are way too high. I haven't been in here 25 years, and my goodness, you can't see anything. It's a jungle. Anyway, Medaviji Lake is back up in this bowl right here. One of the prettiest lakes you'll ever visit. A lot of little deer track here in the, yeah, little does and little fawns back up in here. Well, it looks like shiny, fresh stuff. At least the freshest I've seen. There's a lot of bear poo on this road. I decided to head back to Bear Bay, back to the Medaviji Fish Hatchery. It just got too windy. So I'm going to take a look around and watch the fish jump, and mostly chum salmon it looks like. I noticed there's a commercial fishing boat out in front doing a test set. I think they're trying to determine how many kings are coming in. It looks like we got some chum salmon jumping. Anywhere there's any water coming down, there's chum salmon trying to get up. Pretty entertaining. A lot of fish around. If you want to see salmon, come on out to the fish hatchery. And this is a view back down the dock towards the fish hatchery and the facility here at Medaviji. Like I said, the fish hatchery is located here in Bear Bay. Changed a lot over the years. Lots of fish jumping. If you want to see jumping fish, this is a good place. These all look like chum salmon. I took out the underwater camera and dropped it in, see what I could find, and I did find some pink salmon here in a little pool on the side. Most of them are pink, I believe. Kind of slow swimming around. I don't see any kings. I think they're all just a few pinks coming. I don't know if Medaviji has raises pink salmon or not. I know it's mostly chum and king. These pinks are probably just heading up to one of the side creeks. I keep looking at this footage after I brought it home, and I was hoping to maybe see a king salmon, but I don't spot one. I don't spot any Dolly Varden either. Looks like everything is a pink salmon or a humpy. There's one big fish back there. Could be a king way back in the distance. Yeah, these pink salmon, they've been out in the ocean about 18 months, I guess. They're not of it. These are the early birds. The early bird pink run. And I don't know which stream, whether they go up, which of the streams in the area. Actually, just about all you need for pink salmon is wet grass. Wow. The wind is really starting to howl here right now. I didn't think it was going to get windy today. Well, this is the fish ladder inside the hatchery. You can see a bunch of chum salmon. Here they are, trying to work their way up the fish ladder, work their way inside the fish hatchery itself. They do all the taking of eggs and so forth in the covered area, which is a pretty smart thing to do. Uh-oh, salmon, he grounded himself over there. Better get back in the water. There you go, buddy. Get back in the water. Oh no, another one's gonna be food for eagles here pretty quick, maybe. I don't think this one's gonna get back in. He might. Anyway, this is where they're swimming to. This area here has got all these pools and stuff all lighted up, all full of chum salmon. They divide the males and the females, and the good quality to the poorer quality fish. They take the eggs and spawned a salmon here. Yeah, there's a lot of salmon in there. Oh my goodness. There's a small meadow next to the fish hatchery here. I saw a lot of bear sign around. So they're coming down. And a lot of bald eagles sitting in the trees watching. They're probably well fed here with all the chum salmon they can grab. Well, you see the wind really picking up. I'm getting some really big gusts of wind once in a while. Weren't supposed to have wind today. Actually, we're supposed to have sun. Anywhere you got water running in, small creeks or something, it's a madhouse of chum salmon. Look at them all in there. When I was a kid, here's an eagle here. Oh, he's eating a piece of salmon. That's what he's doing. I got the camera on a tripod, but man, it's hard to keep it still. Bouncing around the wind. When I was a kid, we had chum salmon in the Green River, and I called them tiger fish because they got stripes on them like tigers when they spawn. Anyway, I guess it's called the Janine Kathleen, is out there checking fish. What do you think of all this, huh, Mr. Eagle? Oh, well, I guess that said it all, didn't it? Anyway, look at the wind ruffling his feathers, or her feathers. But anyway, they're all out here, set a seine net, checking to see what kind of fish are out in front of the fish hatchery. They're liable to find chums, kings, pinks. Coho will come in about September. And we're working hard out there. That's cold, wet work, let me tell you. Ooh, look at all the fish going back in the water. Those all look like chum salmon. Everyone's a little concerned about the king salmon run. It's been awful small this year. I haven't seen any coming up Indian River yet. That's cold, wet work. Oh, jeez. Yeah, if you haven't done any commercial fishing, you haven't lived yet. Oh, here's a pool here with a bunch of side pool full of chum salmon. There's our eagle again. Look at the feathers bouncing in the wind. And you notice I can hardly keep the camera steady. It's on a tripod and I'm holding it down as hard as I can. Yeah, these guys are earning their pay. Gotta check those fish out. Another shot of the chum salmon trying to get up inside the fish hatchery itself. Coming up a little ladder. It's amazing how hard the wind's blowing, but there's not much of a chop on the water because it's such a small little bay back here. Anyway, I'm heading back now on the road from the Medaviji Fish Hatchery to the gate and back towards home to Sitka. From the fish hatchery to my house is about 15 miles. The road's in pretty good shape. There are a few places where there's some chuck holes. But like I said, it's pretty well overgrown. It makes a nice ride. So from the Green Lake gate to the fish hatchery is about 3.5 miles. Fortunately, I didn't have to ride my trike clear to the gate, which would have been 8 miles this morning. The people at Sail, Southeast Alaska Independent Living, they brought me out in their van and dropped me off at the gate. This is a view out towards Bear Bay. And here's Herring Cove. And like I say, here from about Herring Cove home is about 7-8 miles probably. But it sure growed up. I'm trying to look out and see something, but wow. We's living in a jungle right now. I'm trying to look over the top of the brush here and get some video. this spot along the road back towards the old mill site. This is the corner here in Silver Bay. If you haven't seen my ride up and down Silver Bay, it's that video is on my channel. I appreciate you watching my videos. And oh, here I'm going to walk out a little bit. I can smell these pearly everlasting flowers. Just going to take a look at the Silver Bay here. But yeah, you can see my Silver Bay rides on my channel. Bear Mountain over there, looking down Silver Bay, down to the end of it down there. That peak way down there with the snow on it, that's where we came from. Way down there as far as you can see at the base of that mountain is where the fish hatchery is. Well, I appreciate you watching this video, and like I said, it's a pretty good ride down there, down the Green Lake Road. A little bumpy in places. There are lots of bear. I recommend you take bear spray and maybe go in the middle of the day when you're less likely to run into one. Early in the morning and late in the evening, it looks like they're out quite a bit in this area right now eating salmon berries. And here's the gate. No vehicles are allowed past this gate, but the city has built us a little gate there for our bicycles and for my trike and even for wheelchairs. So thank you, Sitka Borough, for building us an accessible gate. And here is Joel, and he brought me out in the Southeast Alaska independent living van. Fortunately, we were able to get my trike in there. But he dropped me off here this morning at the gate, which saved me about 8 miles of riding from my house. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Southeast Alaska Independent Living. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to come by and watch some more. So until my next adventure, well, I'm going to catch you later.